Welcome to Sleepy Kraken, a postmortem. Sleepy Kraken is a game produced by Volcano Beam. We are a three-person game development studio. We're located outside of St. Louis, Missouri. We currently have two games available for free on mobile, on Android and iOS. And our third game is in development. Sleepy Kraken is the second game we made. Mary and Matt, our producer and artist, are both upstairs at our demo table. And I am Gene, the lead programmer and occasional artist with our team also. Thank you for getting the vote. So, if you're not familiar with Sleepy Kraken, I'll play you our trailer, so you can kind of get a feel for what it is.
You're Gordy.
That's us. That sums it up pretty well. It's a single screen app. It was our second game, it was a smaller game. The objective is essentially you are the Kraken, you would like to stay asleep, the darn noisy pirates keep coming, so you smash them. Pretty simple to play. Pretty fun for the most part. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Okay, like I said, this was our second game, and our goals for this game were partially inspired by Pixel Pop. One of our big things was we wanted to have something, a playable demo for Pixel Pop of last year. So the first time we debuted Sleepy Kraken, it was in development, and we were able to demo it at Pixel Pop. And also, this is kind of a mantra for our group in general, is we want to make something fun, but we also want to make something small enough to get it done. Anytime you're starting any kind of project, especially creative projects, it's very easy for the scope to really bloom unexpectedly. So we wanted to keep it small enough that we could get it done and get it finished, because the longer anything takes, usually the harder it is to actually get it finished. Another goal for this particular game is we had an eye towards making larger projects in the future. Again, we had a smaller game we'd done previously. This was going to be another smaller game, but the idea was, how can we get to a point where we can make bigger things and stay a three-man team? So we wanted to learn a more powerful framework, and in this case, that was Unity. And another essentially mantra of our little studio is learn by doing, start small. So rather than doing a large epic game with Unity, we did a much smaller game, primarily with the purpose of learning that platform. So, what went well? Developer community involvement, and I'll go into each of these a little deeper. Frequent play testing, the framework Unity itself turned out to be a really good choice. Keeping our expenses low, and the artwork. So, developer community involvement. When we made our first game, Where's My Goblin, we didn't actually know that there was a fairly significant indie game community here in St. Louis. So after we learned that, we're like, we want to be more involved. It's easy to be in a little cave and make your game by yourself. It's incredibly beneficial to meet more people who are doing this kind of thing. You can offer encouragement or pointers, or just networking in general. So a couple members of the co-op encouraged us to submit for Pixel Pop, which was coming up. That was last year, of course. And we've been struggling a little bit to kind of figure out what we wanted to do for our next game. We knew we wanted it to be fairly small still, but we wanted to take some kind of steps forward, like what we're going to do to grow what we were capable of doing. And this kind of helped clarify us. It gave us a timeline. It helped us choose a direction. We had a couple different game ideas, but we felt this idea was small enough and fun enough that we could get it done and have it in a playable state for Pixel Pop in 2015. And involvement with the co-op also led to the opportunity to do some demoing at St. Louis Science Center. And also, they've got their monthly First Friday events, which is another place where we can do public play testing. And play testing was incredibly valuable for the development of this game, really any game you're setting out to make. Pardon me, my throat's going to get dry repeatedly as we do this. So, frequent play testing. Again, we got very valuable feedback from doing multiple demos at the Science Center. And a key takeaway here is being able to watch people play. It's not saying, what did you think? What did you like? What didn't you like? Because then people are forced to think about it, and they might try to give you answers that they think you want, like they're anticipating, as opposed to just, the more important thing is watching and seeing, what do they understand? what does make sense, what doesn't make sense. You can see what works as long as you're actually watching and paying attention. An example of this is we were trying to get a little clever with the UI. We thought we were doing some fun things, so like the Kraken at the bottom of the screen. Instead of having a traditional health meter at the top, which a lot of games do, we're like, oh, let's do something a little more cartoony, a little more comic. So there was literally a trail of Z's that were animated while the Kraken was sleeping, and as the pirates would come by, one of those Z's would pop when they got noisy. So our theory was, oh, you would see like the Z's popping, that he's be getting closer to waking up. But the more we watched people play, like people were just confused when the game would end. No one was looking down at the Kraken at the bottom of the screen. Their eyes were at the top of the screen where the pirates are. Their eyes were where the action was. So they didn't even notice that like the Z's are popping, and suddenly their game's over and they're confused. Like, the pirates didn't get away. I don't understand. Like, why is the game over? So that's a problem. That amount of confusion is not good. And we ended up simplifying things. There's a bar at the top that's, in essence, your health bar, but it's the sleep meter. So there's more traditional game mechanics that exist for a reason, and we took advantage of those. Another thing was we have a character in the game who has a bomb on his ship, and he's the one pirate in the game you don't want to smash, because exploding the bomb is extra noisy. And so you're going to lose even more health. So along the lines of like Fruit Ninja and that kind of thing, you know, you hit certain ships but avoid the ones with the bomb. But while we're doing playtesting, people just didn't notice. They were just tapping like crazy. And we're like, why do they keep hitting the bomb? Like, it's clearly blowing up. But we weren't giving them enough indicators visually. So like we had to make sure that they saw that like the health meter would flash red or the score was coming away. And then we ended up like literally painting a big bomb on the flag of that ship and making the ship red and adding a sound effect and like adding more and more layers, because you know you might think, oh, this is good enough, and why aren't those guys getting it? Like, I don't know why they can't figure this out. But like the bottom line is, if they are not getting what you're trying to convey to them, then it's on you to get to that point. Even if you feel, oh, this is too obvious, like it's not, especially in games. Like things happen so quick, it's not too obvious. Another key takeaway from our frequent playtesting that was useful is the game would end and people would go, oh, okay, well that was fun. There wasn't because it's an arcade game, there isn't like a win state. You know, you smash the pirates, and eventually you're going to lose. Like the pirates are going to go faster, you're going to get as high a score as you're capable of, but at some point the game will be over. And we didn't want it to be like, oh, I lost every time you play. Like you shouldn't feel like you lost. So what we ended up doing is we added an extra animation at the end. So like literally, like every one of the pirates you've smashed before, like you see them crashing down on this island and stacking up. So like your score adds up, but then like your pirates are adding up. And there's like a little Easter egg where you can smash that pile one last time. There's one last moment of, oh, this is fun, instead of like, oh, game's over, I lost. Because like you're gonna lose every time just based on the style of game. We want them to feel like they lost. We wanted them to feel like it was an enjoyable experience. Now, I mentioned before, a big part of the reason we wanted to do this game was to learn Unity. Again, we're a 3-person studio. We plan on staying a 3-person studio as long as possible. We will occasionally bring freelancers in as needed. We had someone do the music on this game. On our next game, that same group's going to be doing the music and audio. But the thought was, again, how does a smaller studio stay small, but still make larger projects that are worthwhile? So we knew we needed to learn a more powerful framework. For our first game, we used a framework called Corona SDK, which is strictly for 2D, primarily mobile games. But we knew Unity was capable of a lot more, so we wanted to build a code base, build modular systems, pieces of things we could reuse, so that so like our time spent in making certain pieces of code, we could reuse that. So it wasn't starting from scratch every time. We wanted to build a stockpile or a library of things we could do to make bigger projects and not spend like 3 to 5 years, or because we're small, that's not going to be an option. And Unity was particularly useful in terms of being cross-platform, like a lot of services are these days. They also offer analytics and some in-app purchase services that are built in, which actually save us some headaches down the road. So I highly recommend that framework. There's a lot of resources out there for learning it. Another thing we try to do, again, as a 3-person studio, and we have day jobs, we have families, we're a nights and weekends studio at best. So another thing we keep in mind is low expense. Like, we know we're not going to make a lot of money, especially on these early games. Like our first game, we did it primarily to understand what it's like to make a game. Do we want to continue making games? The second game we made, again, to learn this framework, to see what we're capable of in terms of doing something bigger down the road. So again, we knew we weren't going to like pull in a lot of money from this, so we weren't going to pour a lot of money into unnecessary expenditures. So Unity Personal Edition is free. We already owned a lot of our computers and software already. Most of us have art backgrounds or design backgrounds. I'm a web developer by day. Again, we did get someone to do the music, but for the most part, we had enough skills that we were able to hobble together the other parts of the games ourselves. We did pay for a developer fee, put it on mobile. There's a privacy policy we pay for. We make a small amount of money on ads each month. It's very small, but it's still nice. And there's a slew of online resources. In terms of learning Unity, there's tutorials on Unity's main website. There are YouTube videos, really anything you want to learn. If you Google it, you can find out how to learn it. Another thing that went well is the artwork, and this is a strength of our group. All three of us have art and design backgrounds. We really started on the art side, and then over time became and are still attempting to become more technical. We always get very positive feedback about the art. Like we try to do something that's very fun and very colorful and very inviting. Try to give our players a sense of delight. Surprise them with little things. Again, that whimsy and that fun. That's kind of what we hang our hat on as a studio. So, what went not so well? You probably won't be shocked to find that there are deadline issues because it's game development. And finding a balance between productivity and sanity was tricky because it's game development. We also made the mistake of avoiding technical unknowns for too long, and we'll delve deeper into that. We also made some incorrect assumptions based on things we learned or experienced in our first game that did not carry over as we expected in the second game. And then audio and marketing. So, deadline. Again, we had a specific goal in terms of being able to demo at PixelPop. We originally planned on a 3-month development cycle, so even doing the demo at PixelPop, we knew there was going to be more development beyond that. But we were shooting for roughly 3 months to get this single screen application finished. It turned in 5 months. We saved the least creative and most technically challenging work for the end, which was not a good choice because that made it a little more difficult just emotionally to get things done at the end. If you're not energized, by the exciting creative part, or like the new ideas, it's the finishing, the details, like making sure things work and they're bug-free, and that all came at the end. Again, we made some incorrect assumptions based on our previous game, and that bit us. And then testing was more complex for this game, and I'll touch on that a little bit also. So, finding a balance between productivity and sanity. So emotionally, we were a little spent post-PixelPop. Like we put a lot of time and effort into getting the demo ready, and so afterwards, like, oh man, that's great, but we're a little fried. We're not really ready to jump back into it. And in our first game, we already experienced a crunch, and which feels very silly. It's a small mobile game. It's very easy to do. We spend a lot of hours trying to make these things happen on a certain timeline, so we didn't want to go through that again. So then that led to us being like, okay, well, we're going to play it smart. We're going to do work-life balance and self-care, and we're going to take it easy. And then suddenly, like a week or two had gone by, and we didn't make any progress on the game. So it was a little up and down in terms of like trying to find a steady piece of momentum to get going with that. And it's an ongoing process, even with our current game, and I feel like we're doing better. It's always the challenge, staying, there's times when you're going to have very high motivation and times when you're going to have very low motivation. And you have got to work through that as appropriate, kind of recognize when you need a break. And it's a tricky thing. So, avoiding technical unknowns for too long. We are obviously focused on gameplay for the public demo schedule. That was the most important thing. We weren't worried about in-app purchases or the more technical aspects. We need something we can play, something that people could experience in PixelPop. So that's what we focused on. It was primarily gameplay. It was early art assets. So the more technical things came later. We found that getting a stable iOS and Android build was trickier than we expected. That's largely because we were trying to implement in-app purchase for the first time. And if any of you have experience with that, it's difficult. It's a tricky beast. It was our first time doing analytics also. And even so getting the build was difficult. And then once we finally got the build working, actually getting the in-app purchase itself to work was even more difficult. and the testing is very time consuming in terms of testing on the other devices, which is very tricky. And we ended up switching to Unity has some built-in services. They actually have an in-app purchase service. So we had a lot more code that we had done previously trying to solve that problem. And then Unity ended up releasing something that really became an excellent solution for us. So that's kind of bundled in there. Saved us a lot of, well, it didn't save us time, so we already spent previous time, but it saved us in terms of not having to throw more bad hours after the previous solutions that were working. It really helped out in that regard. So some incorrect assumptions based on previous development. So our first game, Where's My Goblin, it had ads, but it didn't have in-app purchases. There was just an ad sitting at the bottom. It was a Google ad. It was pretty simple to implement. And on that particular platform, again, it's strictly 2D based. It's mostly mobile based. It's a much simpler framework and a much simpler code base. So it was very easy to export to Apple, export to Kindle, export to Android. And I read up on Unity. And so I knew, oh, well, this also exports to the various platforms we need. And I assumed it would be very very similar in terms of the ease of use. And it was not, and that's not Unity's fault. But the Android side of it in particular, I wasn't expecting to have to get so much into kind of the Android ecosystem, I guess. There was a separate Java development kit we had to implement. There was a separate Android SDK we had to implement. And just, again, in terms of estimating how much time something would take, like it's a different framework, and we needed to treat it as a different framework and treat it as an unknown, and not lean back on assumptions that were just flat out wrong. The audio in this game was a little problematic. We didn't focus on it early enough, and that's becoming a theme I hope you recognize. But again, we were trying to do the demo for Pixel Lab. We wanted to get the gameplay in there. We actually did a first round of voiceovers, so like every pirate in the game had like yards and args, and like you heard some of that in the trailer, but that was originally in the first draft of the game. And like the first draft audio was okay, but like the quality wasn't great. Like we're not audio engineers, and it was getting close enough to the Pixel Pop deadline that we decided, we know this audio doesn't sound that great. We don't want people getting distracted by it. We needed the feedback of them reacting to the gameplay. So we chose not to put that audio in. We didn't want that to be the thing where they're like, they're getting distracted by the audio, or everyone comments on the audio. They're like, no, the audio is like not good. That's not what we needed to focus on for that particular thing. So we put that off. We also found demo spaces were pretty loud, so even when there was audio in there, like people didn't hear audio cues, so that just made it difficult in terms of testing that element of the game. And we ended up doing a second recording session to do better voices, but we hadn't tested the first round of voices. So we did the second round, and like the quality was much nicer, and we plugged it in, but then we found like, oh, this is too much. It's like much too repetitive. Like every single tap, like a ship's exploding, and there's an R, I'm gonna whoa, and it was just constant. We're like, okay, so that's all gonna come out, which was the best choice for the game. But we've done 2 separate recording sessions before we realized, oh, we're not gonna use this. Sorry, it's not the best choice. But if we had put that in earlier, maybe we would have caught it sooner. Again, not our forte, but we did okay under the circumstances. Marketing was not a strength on this particular game, and part of that was, I won't say by design, but we knew going in we weren't going to be focusing on marketing. It's just primarily a project for us as a learning experience. Understanding this platform, getting another game out, getting to have another thing that we can share with the community and learn from. We knew we weren't going to make a large amount of money. We did have some social media. Like for us, our marketing was essentially doing the public demos. People could talk to us. They could see the game. They could hear about the game. They go, oh, this is really fun. This is coming out. We can tell them, oh, we're going to launch at such and such a time. So it was more the community building side of marketing, more contacting game sites. So for this particular smaller game, that's okay. But on future projects, we know that's not going to fly. So, what did we learn? We did learn about in-app purchase and implementing analytics. Unity in particular has some nice services to help that along. So if you're using that framework, or if there's other frameworks, they might have similar options for you. New technologies bring new challenges, so don't make assumptions. Again, we thought some of the things that Unity did would be pretty similar to Kraken SDK, and we were just wrong. You got to learn what the current framework does. Ideally, work on each aspect of the game as you go. Don't leave one element towards the end. So for us, we didn't get the playtesting on the audio for later. We didn't work on implementing in-app purchase. We didn't do an Android build until later. It's like we had it's the equivalent of like, we've got these features all the way alpha, and these features haven't even really been started, and that's not a good way to do it. So, get your foundation, try to build everything up together, so you're not getting caught by surprise at the end, which is something we did not manage that well in this particular project. Along those lines, obviously we are a small group and we try to stay small, but you need to learn, what can you reasonably do yourself, and if you can, what can you find help with, what should you find help with. So again, for our next project looking forward, we're not going to be handling the audio ourselves. We found a good group to take care of that. Again, marketing and PR should happen during development. You don't want to spend 5 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, like making this game, and no one's heard of it, and then you're like, all right, my game's out, and everyone's like, what game? What? So that's a process that's going to take time. It's not easy for anybody. So again, start that earlier. If you can get involved in a community, all the better. If you can do more public demos, all the better. And the biggest takeaway, I feel this is true for every game we've done so far, and hopefully the things we do moving forward, is if you want to learn something, go learn it. The internet's out there, the resources are out there. It can be done, and you can do it. Looking ahead, again, it was incredibly beneficial for us to meet up with the St. Louis Game Dev Co-op to form the relationship with the Science Center. So we're going to continue to be part of as many of these events as we can. We're going to continue working on our third game, Shadow Cakes, which we are actively demoing on the ground floor. It's still an early prototype, but it's already pretty fun, and we're excited to share it with people. We're looking to release that in the middle of next year on console and hopefully Steam. I mentioned we're going to get help with audio, and we are going to continue to learn. Big lesson of the day. Thank you very much.